So we're both feeling really poorly, and I'm having a bit of a bad day. How many cries have I had? What, 3?
I'm not sure.
3? My skin literally feels like it's like a little dry sponge. So we decided that instead of filming today's video, we would do a little Q&A, mukbang, whatever these videos are that I'm basically just on board because it involves ordering a ton of food and chatting, and I can do that. I was like, yeah, this is such a weird concept, but yes, I can do that. So we're basically just doing a Q&A and having some lunch is the overall concept. That is what we are doing for this video. I hope you guys enjoy it. I asked for some questions on Insta stories, so we will see when we get back what we've got. I was like, ask me some questions, make them juicy. What did you want again?
Good afternoon, may I take your order, please?
Large Big Mac meal.
Can I have a large Big Mac meal?
With an orange juice.
With an orange juice.
And a cheeseburger, 99p cheeseburger.
And can we have a 99p cheeseburger? And then can I get a banana milkshake?
I'm afraid we don't have any milkshakes at the moment.
Can I have a Coke, please? Just normal. Can I have the cheesy breaded thingies?
They're the nacho cheese wedges. We
Have they
don't
changed again?
Yeah, we're on the new promotion now.
Okay.
It's the nacho cheese wedges.
I'll give them a try. Can I please have 20 chicken nuggets, a double cheeseburger? Can it have extra pickles? Large fries? Anything else?
No, I think that's good.
I think that's it, thank you.
Thank you. Would like to make your way around to the first window then, please?
Your kids are about to see something real special. They keep changing the cheese things too often.
Yeah, I agree. Thank you. It's like perfect sick day food.
Yeah.
No, you're like, I'm already sick. My health has already gone down the drain. It's fine. Wait, did we get ketchup? No, they didn't. I hear Lois do this when she edits my videos as well, or like goes through the comments. I just hear her go. I was like, what?
What's your type of guy like looks wise? Hee hee.
Like you added in the hee hee. Would you agree that I don't have a type?
No, you don't have a type. I agree.
Everyone says that. They're like,
yeah.
You said, like, I'll show people that I'm going on like dates with or whatever, and they just look at me and they go, you don't have a type. Like, no, I don't. I genuinely I really like going on dates with lots of different people, like people that, you know, some of them might be like what I would consider to me like, there is a look that I'm like, oh, I always end up going for that. I don't dismiss someone because of how they look, because I genuinely just think like you could be limiting yourself, and then you could actually meet someone that is either like you really like or is really interesting, or just like I really like people and learning about people, and I just think you could be missing out on an absolute like gem or a great relationship. Even if it's a friendship, you could miss out on something massive. Plus, by just being like, nah.
I think if you've never met them before, like if it's like via Tinder or something, their personality makes them like so much more attractive if it's a good personality. Their personality can really like sway how you like feel about them looks wise. Like
that doesn't always come across as well via like, you know, chatting on WhatsApp or whatever. So yeah, I never really dismiss anyone until I've like met them and decided if I like them. Right,
this one kind of like follows on from the last one, which is where do you meet guys to go on dates with?
Where do I meet? Friends of friends. Instagram has been good to me. I don't think I've ever had a Tinder date.
Oh really? Bumble?
I've had one Bumble date. It was awful. Well, actually the first date was really good, and then the second date was not great. The actual date itself was great. He wasn't. Weird how a date can be good, but the person can ruin it.
I enjoyed my own company on the date. Has your career at YouTube ever stopped you from doing something? I'm literally the same colour as the wall right now.
I've been turned down for some dates because of my job. Because this one guy in particular that I'm thinking of, this exact instance, said, it makes me feel insecure. And I was just like, really upset. I was just like, I would never. I know. That, it just made me really, really sad. I had a cry. I'm not gonna lie. I watched Legally Blonde.
I felt bad.
But I watched Legally Blonde and then I got over it.
Oh,
I love that film. I also have missed many a friend's wedding.
And you weren't allowed on Love Island.
And I wasn't allowed on Love Island.
Oh, here we go. This one's, again, leads on from the last question.
Lots of dating questions.
Kind of, yeah. Most awkward, weird, bizarre experience you've had on a first date.
Ooh. Which one, like, do you have one that springs to mind? Lois knows everything. I'm thinking the one where I got presents.
Yeah, that's a bit weird.
Which also doubles as my worst date, I think. He's really sweet, he's a friend of a friend, he's really nice. But we literally had nothing in common, and he turned up with presents that my friend had told him, like, all of these things that I like. And he just turned up with, like, so much stuff. And it was like pink gin, my exact Starbucks order, which is ridiculous, heart donuts from Krispy Kreme, and it was around Valentine's Day, so they were all red, and I was like, I don't like it as it is with people buying me presents. Like, I genuinely don't really like it when people surprise me.
Is it true that Libra is always trying to find a balance?
I don't think you need to try. I think the balance finds you.
Yeah.
You don't find the balance finds you. I feel like I'm very, like, typically Libra.
Yeah.
Lois is quite into it as well. We like to sit and talk about it.
Love it. I'm a Gemini.
She's such a Gemini.
How does 2018 so far compare to previous years?
It's nothing like any year
you've ever
I've
had.
ever had. Literally, like, daily things change, and it's so far away from any other year of my life before. It is honestly mental. It's now at a point where I'm like, okay, too much. Let's just all take a step, calm down, let's have a cup of tea, and we'll think about this. Like, I genuinely think by like mid 2019, like, it could be like nothing, literally nothing will be the same.
Yeah.
I love change so much, but at the same time, I'm genuinely, like, actually, people
Slow down.
yeah, we said this at the start of the year. Everyone said to me, they're like, this year is like, nothing in your life is going to be the same by the end of the year. Like, everything is going to have changed. And I was like, yeah, no, I'm still like, but it keeps happening. I'm like, okay then.
What's the one memory that crops up and makes you cringe the hardest? I feel like you don't get embarrassed very easily.
No, I don't. I don't know why. It genuinely concerns me sometimes how little I've come to care about every... I'm like, this is actually... Sometimes I worry for myself. I'm like, are you okay? Do you just... Because you just don't care. You don't care about anything.
Yeah, you do.
No, I do. I care about a lot.
You do.
I do care about a lot of things. But, like, in terms of, like, other people's opinions on me, or just even little awkward situations, I'm quite, like, I'll just laugh them off. I'll be like, well, that happened. Sorry about that.
I think the only important opinions are really, like, people you care about and they actually, like, care about their opinion.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Have you ever been around me when you thought there'd been an awkward situation, but I've, like, handled it?
Probably, but I can't think of specific. Like, you're a good person to be with when something like that happens, because I'm like, I don't know what to do or say. And you're just like, you just sort of, yeah.
Yeah. Nothing is awkward. Like, we're all humans. Like, this is, I think this is the thing that really gets me, is we're all in the same boat of life. Yeah, we're all in the same boat. Like, it just doesn't really matter. And if someone has a problem with you, or they find something really cringy, or they don't like it, that's their problem.
Yeah.
Not yours.
Most of the time, when I find things really awkward, the other person didn't actually find it awkward at all. And I'll, like, tell people, and they're like, why was that? Like, or I'll tell someone else about a situation. I'm like, oh my god, it was so awkward. And they're like, really, was it? And it doesn't sound awkward.
I think
they're like, they probably didn't find it awkward. You just found it awkward inside yourself. Like,
I feel like I do this to you a lot, where I'm like, is that awkward?
yeah, you're like, really?
I don't know what I'd have to do to feel awkward in front of... Hang on. Oh. I'm having a few flashbacks.
Really? Was it
It's
when you
always
were,
like-
at school or something?
No, like, recent
Oh,
ones.
okay.
It's always to do with, like, relationships and guys that I'm like, oh, that's all. I'm having flashbacks to my friend Lauren, who's amazing. I really want to get her on the channel at some point, just even very briefly, so you know who she is when I reference her. But she does this thing where she's like, oh my god, that's so awkward. I don't know, I think sometimes that my stories of stupid things that I've done make other people cringe though.
Okay, so you don't cringe about them, it just makes other people cringe. That's okay. Yes, what do you want? Okay, there's lots of questions saying, like, is it possible to be friends with your ex, or are you friends with your ex, etc.
Okay, let's talk about this. Because I think people are really curious about this. So Josh and I had a very clean breakup, not messy, and it was kind of awkward at first, but now we are very much like, we can chat. Like, I kind of needed to talk to him about some stuff this weekend, and he came over, we had a cup of tea, talked through the kind of issue that we have, because obviously we still have the dog, so we kind of like, it's almost like being parents that have separated, so we can do things like that, and we're very much like, not, I would say more than civil. I wouldn't say we're friends, because I don't just like text him and I'm not like, hey, how are you, like I would my actual friends, and I'm not like, let's go for a drink. And if I see him in the street, I don't always say hi. Like I've been with you before and I've been like, no, not right now. And things like that. Or sometimes he's got his headphones in and I'm like, I won't disturb him. So it's not like, you know, when you see your mate and you're like, hey, how are you? Blah, blah, blah. So I'd say like, it's a very different type of relationship. It's not one you can define, because I wouldn't call us friends. He is my ex-boyfriend, but it's not an ex in the way that you'd think, oh, that's really awkward or it's on bad terms. It's just like, you've had a lot of life with that person and you still care for them, but it's just not the same anymore as it used to be, and it's actually very simple really at the end of the day. But I don't think it's really possible for us to be friends. I think that would be a bit weird.
It depends on the people as well, I think. So, are you dating anyone? Are you in a relationship?
Many dating questions. I feel like we should just come out and confirm. I feel like this comes up in every Q&A. I am still single. It's literally like the one question with every Q&A. People are like, we just want to make sure. Still single. I was talking to someone about this the other day. Like, I don't really, it doesn't bother me.
No.
Like, it's not something that I'm like massively looking to change, but I just think if you like someone enough that they make you want to change that I'm not hell-bent on being in a relationship. I don't believe in like I feel like there are some people that are just like, I just want to be in a relationship and it doesn't really matter who the person is, and I'm very much not like, I can't do that. So yeah, I am single as a little Pringle. And that's how things will probably stay. Like, you'll know I really like someone if I'm not single, and you'll know that I really like them if they ever appear on this channel, because chances are not gonna happen. The last breakup, having that be a public thing was bad enough.
How can I be fine despite being the only single one among my friends?
It doesn't make me feel any less. So I'm just kind of fine with it, and they're all fine with it. Like, they still make the time to see me and hang out.
Yeah.
And I don't, even though I don't mind, like, I love all of my friends' boyfriends, so it's not an issue, but it doesn't always have to be a couple thing. I guess like all of my friends are very separate, so I don't ever have to be like the one person that's not bringing their boyfriend along to something.
Yeah.
So I don't really have an issue in that sense. I think it comes back to not caring. I also just like, all of my friends do have very stable long-term relationships, and I don't think about it, because just because they're doing their thing doesn't make what I'm doing any less. I still love my life. I think it's really important to, outside of having a relationship, to make a life that you love regardless of your relationship status, because really a relationship is just a relationship. But like, I really want to love I want to love all of my relationships with everyone in my life, and I want to love my relationship with me and everything I have separately to that, because I think like a relationship isn't always going to make you happy. So you need to focus on being able to make yourself happy. Relying on someone else to make you happy is a bit,
It's not good.
no. Can you stay away from my cheeseburger? My cheeseburger. What are your tips? I feel like I'm useless at actually giving tips.
Okay, so I would say I did go to my friend Karis's birthday like a few months ago, and all of her other friends aren't like my personal like close friends, but I know all of them and they're all my friends. But everyone had a boyfriend apart from me at this lunch, and I was just like, okay. But I just owned it and I just talked to like everyone. Like, I think it also depends on the people, because some people are very like coupley, in each other's pocket, don't leave each other alone at the dinner table kind of thing, whereas some people will like go and sit on the opposite end of the table to their partner and actually talk to like other people, which is great. So I think it depends on the people, and it depends on like, I don't know, just like how secure you feel in yourself, I guess. But also, yeah, like you said, like, a relationship shouldn't define who you are. And if it really bothers you that much, then try and find someone to just bring with you.
Yeah,
like,
bring a
even
friend.
if they're not.
The amount of things I bring you to.
Yeah, basically like the work wife. You know?
I'm bringing Lois with me.
Yeah.
I think as well, I did always used to have friends that were in couples, and I would spend more time with them because they were in a couple and we could do, our boyfriends got on and stuff like that. But I still nurture those relationships all the time. They're still great, they're still really close friends of mine, nothing has changed. But what I've also done in addition to that is, instead of just I've kind of used the time that I would have used on a relationship with someone, and I've used that to nurture lots of other relationships with friends of mine that I wasn't massively close to. I was close to, but like not best friend level. And that's kind of like with single friends, that's kind of worked out because you're all in like the same boat, so it's just not, it's not like I only have friends now that are in relationships. Like still lots of my close friends are, like Victoria, Poppy, so many of my friends are in relationships. But I still, like, my birthday I will invite all of their boyfriends. Like my birthday I invited everyone, all of their boyfriends, and I was just like, I'll be bringing Lois.
If you've got something to go to that you like feel like you want a +1, bring a friend. Like, it doesn't even have to be a guy friend, but it could be a guy friend. You could just be like, hey, can you come with me? Pretend to be my boyfriend for the dinner. I'm joking.
Oh no, I was going to do that for the dinner if you weren't coming.
I'll pretend you had a boyfriend.
No, I was just going to bring
a boy.
Bring one of my guy friends. I was going to, do you want to come for dinner with me?
Exactly, like you could do that, or just bring a friend. But also, yeah, like maybe if you do have some single friends that you don't actually see that much, maybe like put some time into those friendships, and then you can, like, you know, have a bit of like single girl time or whatever, you know.
But do remember, you still need to nourish those relationships when you actually get into a relationship again.
Yes.
Because otherwise that's mean.
Yes. They're like plants, you have to water them and care for them all the time.
It's like you still need to watch Big Little Lies, where they talk about grudges, and she's like, I love my grudges, I tend to them.
Oh yeah.
And that's how I am with all of my friends. Like as soon as I have a new friend, I'm like, okay, committed, now I'm going to tend to you, I need to water you daily. Yeah. All of that. Stay away from my cheeseburger.
3 biggest turn-offs in a guy.
Any form of racism or homophobia or...
Yeah, I mean, I think that's just a given for like a human being, a decent human being.
It's happened on dates.
Oh my god.
And I was just like, okay, this is over. If someone is too hell-bent on wanting to be in a relationship, because then I'm like, I don't think you really like me for me, you just like me because I'm a potential relationship. You like the idea of me more than you like me. Texting me too much. But these are things for people in general. I wouldn't say these are for guys. I would say for people, anyone that wants to be in my life in general, these are things that put me off of people.
What was the one you just said before the texting one?
Homophobia or
racism. No, just wanting to be in a relationship.
Oh yeah, being hell-bent on...
What if a friend is hell-bent on you being their friend?
If they're too intense, I run away. Like
being too intense. Okay,
yeah, like if someone is too like strong and full on with me, it doesn't matter whether they're a guy or or whatever. If they're a friend, I will run away.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah. Sorry, people. I don't know. I think I'm so used to being on my own that any form of like someone being too invested in me makes me go like, oh my God, run away. But saying that, I feel like you could text me all the time and I wouldn't.
Yeah. Well, actually, to be honest, you do get annoyed if I send like multiple texts in a row.
I'm like, Lois,
like in one text.
all questions in one. Because what Lois also does is you ask a pre-question.
Like what?
So you have a question you actually want to ask, but you ask a question before that.
Like what?
So you'll be like, what time are you going to London today?
Yeah.
And I'll say, I don't know why. And you'll say, well, I was wondering if I could do this.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, why didn't you just ask me if you could do that?
Cause like sometimes like the first question could change the answer to the second one, if that makes sense. Because sometimes there's no point of asking that question until I know the first question.
But if the answer to that, but if you then have to ask that second question, you didn't need to ask the first question.
Well, that's what I mean.
So then it's just
I
wasted. It's just wasted time, because I might still say no, even if say like you were like, oh, I want to leave early and go to the gym.
Yeah.
I might still say no. So then you've asked me 2 questions instead of 1.
Yeah, but if it was like something like, are you going to London today, like at all?
Yeah.
And you were like, no, and I'd be like, oh, okay, it's fine. Like, I'll just don't worry about my other question. If you're like, I'm going to London today, I'll be like, oh, okay, because I was gonna go to the blah blah and like do this and like whatever. Is that cool?
But
do you know
I always
mean?
know when you ask me a question, there's going to be a question that follows. So I'm just like, Lois, just ask me what you want to ask me. But then sometimes like Lois will ask many questions. There was I think recently you may have asked like 3 or 4, and I was like,
just stopped texting her for a little minute and just being like,
I was literally like, those all questions in one text, please.
But I thought that's how my brain works though, as well. I'm like,
Well, you know how my brain works because you see how I text.
Yeah.
But I think sometimes it's like, you know, when you're on your phone and you're like on Instagram and you're like doing something like at the top of the app and someone keeps texting you and you keep going back to them and I'm like, I'm not ready to talk to you right now because I'm busy doing something else. And the fact that I keep accidentally clicking on you, you're seeing that I've read it and then I feel like a massive bitch, but I'm actually just busy doing something else.
That's fine. I don't see people read my messages and then be like, oh no, they've read my messages. Yeah, anyway.
No, I do that. I'm like, she's read my message, she hasn't responded.
Sometimes my phone just unlocked on the conversation and they're popping up saying I've read it, but I'm just holding it like doing something. But the conversation is open. That used to really annoy certain people. They'd be like, hello, I can see that you've read it. I'm like, I'm not reading it in real life with my eyes.
I'd just be like, lock your phone.
Yeah.
Can you stop and eat my cheeseburger?
Tips on being a girl boss.
Don't care what people think, as long as you're a nice person. Like, I think this is why I don't care what people think, because I know I'm a nice person. I know my friends and family all love me and think that I'm a nice person. So therefore I don't really care what other people think, because chances are if they, like, the people that don't like me don't actually really know me that well, like people on the internet. Like, you've never really met me, you don't know me that well. Yeah. So therefore I don't really care. If someone had met me and been like, like then fed back to me like, I don't know if Karis was like, see, I don't like you and this is why I don't like you. Sorry, Karis. I don't think Karis watches these videos. But if Lois's friend met me and this friend in particular would 100% tell me if she didn't like me, because that's just what she's like. But if she was like, I don't like you and this is why, I'd be like, great, thanks for the feedback. Cool. Yeah. Which I think we have had that chat once.
Yeah, as long as it's like constructive feedback and it's not just, I don't like you because nothing.
Yeah.
Like,
she seems like she's like this. But yeah, so if someone in real life, like, I don't know, I would care about that and I would take feedback on board. But other than that, I don't really care what people think about me. So tip number one is don't care as long as you're a nice person.
Don't care about what people think unless they know you properly and they're giving you constructive criticism.
Yeah, get your shiz together. I feel like sometimes to be fully like on top of things and in control of your life, you have to do things a lot of the times that you don't want to do. Even if you're not in the mood, even if it's something that doesn't make you necessarily happy, but it's the right thing to do or it's the best thing to do, you have to be comfortable with doing things you don't want to do and making tough decisions. And I think ultimately that allows you to get the best out of your life sometimes. And just being able to do things and tackle things as you realise that they need doing, rather than just being like, I need to do that. Like the amount of times this week that I've gone, oh, I really need to order the wardrobes. And it got like, I've been really practicing this year, just like as soon as I think I need to do that, just being like, I have time to do that right now. Yeah. I'm going to do it. And I think the trick either needs to be you do it there and then when you remember you need to do it, or you stop worrying about it until you desperately need to do it. But like just wasting your time worrying about something or thinking about things you need to do over and over again isn't actually productive. So you either need to park it for now or do it there and then. And that is how I like to work things. And when I realise like that certain aspects of my life are problematic or need resolving, I now don't sit on that for ages and mull it over. I actually like decide to do something about it. Yeah. And I feel like that I'm getting the best out of everything by doing that, and even just doing the things that I don't want to do. Like I really worked with my therapist on like doing things that you don't really want to do or that don't feel good.
I'm still really bad at that.
Yeah, so I think
I'm very stubborn with that.
Yeah.
If I don't want to do something, I just don't. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to do it. But it's not in terms of like, I don't know. It's not if it's just like a little bit inconvenient or whatever. It's stuff that I'm like, I don't feel comfortable doing that. Yeah. I just don't want to do it.
And you know I've been in situations where I have had lots of things this year where I've been like, I don't want to do that. I don't feel comfortable doing that. And then I took like a few weeks out this month to just be like, okay, I'm just going to actually like deal with all of the things that I actually need to deal with. And I was walking to the gym a week ago, and I was like, it's one of those nice sunny days where you feel quite positive, and I was like, actually I really do feel like doing all of those things even though I didn't want to do them. Like everything feels so much better now and so much more manageable. So yeah, that's was that my third or my second tip?
I think that was your second tip. So basically it was to
get your shit together.
Just, yeah.
And do things you don't want to do.
Just do it.
What's something that you think I do that makes me particularly girl? I don't like the term girl boss, but we'll use that for the question.
I think me knowing you from what I have just like heard from you is that you just had a lot of drive and passion for your blog and your YouTube, and you just made that work around your job because you just like really wanted to do it. I think that's like a really key thing, is if you really want to do something, you will most likely find time to do it, and you will do it.
Yeah, like having your blinkers on and just being like, that was I think another thing that I was thinking about with the how do you do what you do without like, and not worry about people hating on it, is I just focus on what I want. I can see it, and I am so hell-bent on exactly what I want and what I want to do, that the kind of other opinions like coming at me on my way to what I want don't really matter. I have quite good tunnel vision.
Tunnel vision, yeah, I was literally gonna say that. I feel like I'm in the stage where I'm like still trying to process what, or figure out what I enjoy like the most, because I enjoy like loads of different things. You need like a focus and like something that you're really passionate about and that will really make you want to work for it. But also, being a Gemini, I'll change my mind every morning about what I want to do with my life.
I think you're easily overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Like, and you have a lot, when you have a lot of choices, too much choice is a bad thing.
Yeah.
It makes it harder for you to make a decision if you have too much choice. So I think sometimes like narrowing down your choices for yourself, if you are like, oh my god, I want to be a blogger or a YouTuber, or oh, but I want to have like a YouTube and an Instagram and this and that, like actually just like focus on one key thing, because I would say my focus is YouTube, although I have all of these platforms. I have Pinterest, I have YouTube, Instagram, my blog.
Yeah, like for that example, put all your energy into one of those things, and then just use the others as like almost just a bit of a as a compliment to, to that thing. So like, if you love writing, do a blog. Yeah. If you love taking photos or putting outfits together, Instagram. If you love talking too much, YouTube. You know? Yeah.
And I think that's actually what makes most people on social media quite successful, is because even if you don't see that they have a focus point, even if they seem to be doing everything really well, chances are they do have a focus. Yeah. You just won't know necessarily what it is. Yeah. But for us, I think it's quite obvious like what my focuses are. Like Instagram and YouTube are like my two favourite platforms right now, I would say.
Yeah. Oh, this one's interesting and not about sex. If you were going to write a dissertation, what would you write it about?
What course am I doing?
Just anything. You can write about absolutely anything. It has to be like quite specific, so it could just be literally anything. Like some people have written their dissertation about like, where someone's done their dissertation about like Kardashians or something. Someone's definitely written one about Beyonce, but it will be like, what effect has Beyonce's career had on this one particular bit of time in music or whatever.
How Legally Blonde is a great piece of feminist screenwriting?
Yeah.
What do you call it?
Yeah, screenplay. Yeah. Wouldn't it be? Yeah.
Is that what I said? What did I say?
I think so. I think you said it. Yeah. I think you said it right. That's a good one. And they'd let you do that. They'd let you do that.
That would be amazing.
On a film course.
There should be like a Legally Blonde type course. But it's not about like law, it's about like, you probably like women's study type shit.
Yeah, they definitely do women's study.
But you have to bring a pink fluffy pen.
Oh, brilliant.
That's
that would be great.
Yeah.
And have a clamshell MacBook. I already know the answer to this one, but would you ever go on a reality show? If yes, which one? Love Island, Maine, Chelsea, etc.
Love Island!
Okay, other than Love Island, which one would you go on?
The Apprentice.
Oh yeah, that's a good answer.
I'd be really good at that.
Yeah.
I think, I don't know, because if I actually had to come up with an idea for something.
I think a lot of people, other than the people that go on The Apprentice, no offence if any of you have been on The Apprentice, I probably haven't, but I think a lot of people would be better than them on the show.
I think they're edited to make shit.
Yeah, probably.
Like, this is why reality TV scares me, because I know the editor would be like, haha, a YouTuber, let's ruin her career. Let's make her look like a dick.
See, I'm so naive when I watch stuff like that. I just don't let it wash over me, and I'm just like, oh my god, yeah, this is so real. I got watch the Kardashians and be like, oh my god, I know them.
And literally, I sit and watch any reality TV with any of my friends, and I'm like,
You're just
well, there was a massive cut there. I mean, he doesn't look the same, so this has been filmed at a different time. I mean, this is the producer standing there saying, so right now, what we actually really want is if you two could, like, you're, like, coupley right now, really nice, and then you two, we really want you two to start an argument, so if you could just bicker about that thing you were talking about earlier, that'd be great.
See, I know this all happens, but I think I just like to, like, pretend that it's real, so I can just enjoy the magic of the show, you know?
Yes.
Yeah.
Really upset when people are like properly hating on a person.
Yeah, that's not
I don't know.
okay.
I think it's easy to get caught up in it, but when people properly hate on a person, it's like you haven't met, or like someone will be like
edited, like the Adam situation when he was talking to Rosie.
Massively edited.
Yeah, and that's really bad because people were rightly so giving him a lot of backlash. But then when you actually see the whole unedited clip of it, you're like, oh my god, people wouldn't have done that.
And I even think down to like TV shows. Like I had a conversation with someone once where we were talking about a Netflix TV show that was about a real person, and something had happened, and this person was like, oh my god, but she's such like, oh, she just seems like such an awful person, like, and was really going in on this like real life person. I was like, this is a television adaptation of their life, and you don't know them, you don't know what was going on. Even if it is a factual thing that happened, you don't know what was going on behind the scenes and why that decision had to be made like that. And even like history is accurate, but like even like documents, even anything that documents how something went down could not be 100% accurate.
That's why a lot of women's stories ages and ages ago aren't documented.
I've been thinking about that a lot recently. Like someone pointed out, I can't remember what it was, about lots of like quotes from unknown people. There's like how many of those are actually like from women in history, and historians didn't want to credit a woman for that. I don't know how legit that is, but it wasn't beyond the realm of possibilities. When I read that, I was like, that's probably sadly true.
Okay, would you ever move from Brighton?
I'm gonna, like, I've always said no before, but I'm actually at a point where I'm kind of mulling it over a little bit. My ideal, which is the most ridiculous ideal, would be like if I could have a house share in Brighton and a house share in London, and I could split my time. That would be ideal. So I could half and half it. I'm in the middle of making a lot of big decisions about next year at the moment, so I don't really know what's gonna happen, but London would be the other place that I live, or maybe somewhere in between, or just outside of London maybe. Yeah, we'll see.
So there's a lot of questions about particular people that aren't like in your life, or just like aren't in your videos anymore, kind of thing.
We have a lot. There are a lot. Okay, so these questions pop up a lot, and I'm quite open, so I always really want to talk about things like this. And I find YouTube really, really hard because I don't feel like it's appropriate to talk about people publicly if they are either not really in the public eye, or they're not around to talk about their side of things in the same situation, because what you don't want is it being like a he said, she said on different sides of things. It feels a bit weird to talk about them if they're not here, but I still kind of like, if they're not in the videos anymore, I just feel like it's not appropriate to talk about it. So chances are, if you don't see people, there's probably a reason for it, but it's something that I can't really talk about unless that person is right here. I can talk about you, because you're here.
Oh, you are.
And if I said something that you didn't agree with, you could be like, wait, actually, hey yo. So yeah, that's that. Really, it's always quite sad. Like, I'd like it if all of the people were still around, but they're not, so
let's end on a happy one. Okay, so the happy note wasn't a question. They've literally just said, feeling really sad. I know your video will cheer me up. Not a question. Just want to say I adore you. It's nice that someone, like, it makes someone else happy.
Thanks. It makes doing the 5 videos a week really worth it, because it's a lot of videos to go from like 1 or 2 a week to 5 every day, dedicated. But yeah, I think that's where we're going to leave it. Thank you to Lois for reading out the questions.
Okay.
And coming to McDonald's with me. Love you a lot, and I will see you guys again tomorrow for a new video.